Step into the vibe, oh yeah. Feel the rhythm rise high. We're living life, let's fly off tap life. Sky's the limit, no shy. Ooh, off tap life.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to 2026. A huge week for WWE. This 2026, this first week has been incredible. Lots has happened, and that's why we're doing the whole week in review right now. We're going to make this a regular thing, so go ahead, subscribe if you're a WWE fan and you want to get the lowdown on the lowdown. This is the place to do it. So that being said, let's dive right in. Now, Raw, WWE Raw, it was the 1 year anniversary. And it was a big show, okay? The huge show. It was absolutely fantastic. We had that going on. WWE SmackDown had their first show going on. WWE NXT had New Year's Evil going on. There was a lot of stuff going down. But let's start with the show that started off first and kicked off 2026, and we'll go in progression. Let's start with WWE SmackDown, because SmackDown was awesome. The Viper, Randy Orton, has returned, and it was really cool. It was a huge surprise. I don't think anybody was thinking that the Viper was going to be on the show. A lot of people was talking about, Chris Jericho is the name that everyone is talking about being back in WWE. This is what people mainly have been saying. He's the man, that's what everyone's talking about. I didn't hear anyone ever say the Viper coming back, but he did come back. And what he did was he just freaking immediately took out the Miz. The Miz, as the Miz does, tried to act like he's cool and down with Randy. It's like, yo, Randy, he changed his dialect, because when all things started out, he was all like, I'm the Miz and I should have been the one. We're seeing a blah, 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 last match, all this stuff. And then Randy shows up, he's like, we should have, we this and we that and everything. Anyways, you know how things go down with the Viper. The Viper freaking ended up freaking RKOing Miz, and that happened. That went down. But something else went down that I think a lot of people, whoa, you know it. That's right. Matt Cardona, he has returned, aka Zack Ryder. Guys, I am excited about this. I'm a huge Zack Ryder fan, and he shouldn't have ever been let go in the first place. So it's good to see him back home where he belongs, and under the Matt Cardona name, which is dope, you know what I'm saying? So, he's kept that part of what he went out and proved himself in the indies. He's came back, and now he's got to keep his real name. They started out, they faked everyone with the woo, you know it, but then they went and freaking hooked up the freaking Matt Cardona new vibe, new song, which is dope. Well, new to you, if you haven't been watching him on the indies, it's new to you, but it was fire. It was awesome, so I really enjoyed that. Julia reclaimed her gold. She got the U.S. Championship, man. I don't understand why they took it off from the first place. We're just going to give it back to her. I don't know what's going on there. Julia's kind of been not shown. I don't know. It's kind of weird. She hasn't been shown the same level of love that they've been showing Stephanie Vercure, even though they're both in the indie world. They're goddesses, they're freaking huge. So I don't know what's going on there, but it's good to see Julia once again with the title. Hopefully this time WWE doesn't screw it up. They just make it work for her, because Julia is awesome. She deserves it. Okay, the big match on SmackDown was Damian Priest and Aleister Black once again going at it. Guys, I just think, this has to be the final time. Finally, please, can it be the final time? But that being said, it was an ambulance match, and it was good. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was very, very freaking just everything you would expect from two people who actually know how to entertain a crowd, who actually know how to wrestle. And I think they both deserve more love in 2026. So hopefully they can go on in new storylines and really get some really good movement, because they're awesome. I'm huge fans of both of them. So that being said, come on, WWE, come on. Anyways, that match, Damian ended up getting the W, which is kind of, he needed to get the W. He's kind of, been kind of getting a bit beat up by Aleister. So it's good to see him get that. And hopefully this is the end of that story. We had the 3 stages of hell stipulations that Drew set for their Cody Rhodes match, which is another match that just needs to, let's just get this whole rivalry out of the way as well. Let's finish that one up too, and let's move them on to some other stuff. I don't know how many people are excited to see Drew and Cody again, but it is what it is. I mean, it'll be a good match because they both know how to throw down, right? But I don't know. I think for me, the problem is that every time Drew goes against anybody for the title, he falls short. And when he did get the title, earlier, last year when he ended up getting the title, he didn't keep it long. He literally had it for a few seconds, dude. So I don't know, man. I just think that Drew, ever since COVID, and he became he was holding it down, man. He was carrying the whole company on his back, kind of, if you would say, and he got the title back then, and ever since he's falling short. They haven't given him another chance to freaking shine, which sucks because then you didn't have the audiences and stuff, so he didn't really get that real true champion shine in the light moment that he really deserves, man. So I'd like to see that for Drew in 2026. Hopefully that happens. But anyways, the stipulations for the 3 stages of hell, they've got the wrestling match, so it's going to be a traditional, just regular wrestling match. They're going to do a Falls Count Anywhere match and a steel cage match. So should be interesting. I'm down with it. We'll see what happens. Other things that happen on SmackDown, which I'm excited about. Tricky, Big Trick Willie Williams. Whoop that. He got called up. He freaking looked like $1 million. He's such a star, dude. He's got the look. He's got everything. He is so awesome. So I'm really excited to see what he does. Hopefully they treat him right and they give him what he deserves, which is to freaking just be really pushed hard, dude. He is a bona fide star if you do it right. He is another big, just huge potential star that can really just entertain people and keep audiences happy. That's what you really want at the end of the day. Now, let's go ahead and let's move over and talk about Raw a little bit, because Raw also had some fun stuff going on. They had the Stranger Things theme happening, which was pretty cool, right? Now, I know this is going to be embarrassing. I don't even know if I should admit this, but I haven't watched, I've only just actually started watching Stranger Things. I'm only first episode down. I've only just started 2 minutes maybe or so of the second episode. That's all I've seen of the entire Stranger Things thing, which is crazy. I know, because I usually like these kind of shows, but I'm just busy doing other stuff. I don't really have time to just sit down and watch these shows anyways. And when I do have stuff on, it's usually YouTube in the background while I work and do other things. It's just different ambience. You know what I mean? I'm not just, diving in. So I did, but I am familiar with I'm familiar with the show's kind of mood and vibe and stuff. So it was really cool to see WWE freaking have that kind of mood and vibe too. But with that being said, I feel like they kind of dropped the ball. There should have been some more supernatural kind of stuff happening. I feel like there could have been way more of that type of vibe happening. I don't understand why they didn't really freaking take advantage of the really Stranger Things thing. And I mean, think about who you have too. I mean, even just because this was a 1-year anniversary show, why not have the Wyatt Six on there? Why not have Alexa Bliss? These are your supernatural people that you've tried to normalize. I don't understand why. Freaking let them thrive in their supernatural world, because I love that stuff personally. A lot of people love it too. And now they're just ordinary, boring. What are you trying to do? Why are you making them like everybody else? Come on, keep it. When we had the Undertaker and his eyes rolled back and the thunder and everything, we need that kind of character still. We don't, come on, what you doing? Anyways, I digress, but I just felt like missed opportunity. There could have been a lot more something going on. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I felt like they missed it. They can do it too, man. They do some good supernatural kind of special effects and things when they want to. They can do it. So, anyways, CM Punk retained. That was surprising. I thought Braun Breaker was going to actually get the W, but Braun Breaker did not get the W. and CM Punk retains. Now, just because I said I thought Braun Breaker would get the W doesn't mean that realistically I thought it would actually happen. But I did think it would happen because there was kind of like a 50-50 chance of it happening. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you could see the pros and cons to going each direction. But at the end of the day, this is WrestleMania season. Now the road to WrestleMania kind of has begun. Royal Rumble is what? A week or so away now? It's not even far away, guys. Like, we're already near Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? It's not even far away. 2 weeks maybe away. So you've got all this stuff happening, and I think for the moment, they probably just wanted to keep one of their more higher profile people with the belt, CM Punk, right? I don't know. But CM Punk got the W, and I'm not mad about it because I love CM Punk. Huge CM Punk fan. Really love CM Punk. Glad he's back. One of the smartest decisions WWE has ever made. So I'm glad they were able to get past their BS and come together, kumbaya, and get things back on track. That being said, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we have new tag team women's champions. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky defeated the Kabuki Warriors. That went down. That happened. I was like, again, one of those situations where I wasn't sure. It could have went 50-50. It could have went either way, but Rhea Ripley and Io needed to have this. I feel like let's get the belt on them. They'll push it. They'll elevate it. They'll get more eyes on it because, you know, everyone loves Rhea. Who doesn't love Rhea Ripley? And who doesn't love Io Sky for that matter? Like, they're freaking awesome. So I think that was the right decision. I'm glad about that. And speaking of people getting their belts, Becky Lynch, the man, she is back. And she came back with vengeance. She beat Maxine Dupri. And she got the belt back. She freaking is now your Intercontinental Champion once again. So, congratulations to Big Time Bex. Glad she's back. She had some crazy Star Trek themed outfit on. It was kind of interesting to see because it didn't really look good. I was kind of looking at that. If you look at what she was wearing and the clips of her from Star Trek, yeah, I think you could have done a lot better to make it look a little bit more made of, you know, Star Trek kind of vibed. You know what I mean? I was going to say make it look more May the Force be with you, but that's Star Wars. Just don't go there. Anyways, moving along. What else happened on Raw? The Usos kind of did their whole freaking warning thing of, you know, putting everyone on notice. You know, if you guys missed out, they are now the new World Tag Team Champions again, you know, as well. So they're just putting everyone on notice. They're basically just saying that everyone can get some, you know what I mean? Yeet. Also, one thing that did annoy me was Javon Evans was called up. During a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, during a commercial break, why are we calling up Javon Evans during a commercial break, making him sign his contract? Dude, he deserves way better than that. I just don't understand how you could do him like that. That kind of upset me. I was going to make a whole separate video talking about that. I still might. Anyways, we'll see. We'll see what they do this following episode of Raw, if they go ahead and make up for it and give him some quality time as a new signee. But it seems like you would have taken advantage of him coming up and instant storyline opportunities, you know, him just coming, getting his contract, and you could have instantly started a new story just like that. Perfect timing. So a little bit laziness from creative, I feel. And I feel you could have did a way better job in planning because Javon is really good. He's worked hard. He deserves the recognition. He is a freaking bona fide superstar of the future for sure. He's already a superstar, but I mean, he's going to be a big force to be reckoned with in WWE. I promise you, for years to come. So, because he's only, 21 or 23, something like that. So, for years to come. All right, guys, so let's talk about, and I'm just thinking, I think I've covered the main things that's happened in Raw. NXT. Let's go ahead. New Year's Evil. You had New Year's Evil, guys. And I guess one of the things that I really liked about New Year's Evil in general was that, for me, for a while now, I feel like NXT has kind of been the flagship show, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, I've actually enjoyed NXT more than I've kind of enjoyed, like, Raw or SmackDown on many occasions. Like, I think that WWE really needs to really capitalize on just how freaking awesome NXT really is, and really, really don't kind of diminish its value, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, I'd like to see them just talk about all three brands on par as equals, and don't make NXT sound like developmental, even though if that is what it is. I think it's got a lot of talent, a lot of big names, a lot of talent come, and from TNA, from AAA. Like, you've got established people who are very talented on there, so it's kind of not even really fair to even call it developmental at this stage, especially now that you got Evolve. Let Evolve be developmental show and kind of give NXT more of that equal love that I think it deserves, because I feel like it's your best show right now. Like, it's been consistently good for a long time. So I don't know, just some thoughts on that. Anyways, the biggest story coming from NXT this week, Femi, he vacated his title at the end of this match that he did win, which I think a lot of people was kind of really just we already knew, because they spoiled it. They had already shown him in, vignettes, that he was coming to SmackDown. So we already knew it, right? So it wasn't really a surprise, right? It's not like we were like, oh my gosh, did that happen? No way. Like, we already knew it. They've been advertising it. So it is what it is, it's cool. By the way, SmackDown 3 hours now. That was a good 3 hours, by the way. Just want to throw that in there. I think it was fantastic. Keep on the 3 hour dopeness. That's what I say. But yeah, Oba is going to be on SmackDown. So that's something official now. He did vacate the belt, and that happened. It was a great match. He did win his championship match. Another talent, right? Another person that we just thought would actually, I think we're going to see a lot of great things from as well. And, TNA, freaking holding it down. He still got that championship belt there. So, yeah, anyways, I think WWE wants some good things in the future from him as well. So, anyways, yeah, Femi, that's the big story. Also, you got a new North American champion, Ela. Why did I call her Ilya? Izzy. Izzy freaking... this is actually a bit controversial, too, because Izzy ended up freaking having a match with Tatum, right? So they have their big match and everything, and Tatum wins, which is great. That's the outcome we want. We wanted Tatum to win. But did she really win? Because then we had Thea do an open, mic challenge kind of situation, right? She had this open challenge thing. And next thing you know, freaking Izzy's in the ring. She sneaks in, and she ends up getting the W, and now she's the North American champion. I bet no one saw that coming. I bet nobody saw that coming. So that was interesting. Also, you guys know they had the year-end awards and stuff like that. Javon Evans was actually named the male superstar of 2025. So Ruka, she freaking was she got a couple different ones. But she's women's superstar of the year, which is really cool. And I think it was tag team of the year with her and freaking, what's her name? I've gone blank. I've got, guys, to be fair, I haven't had much sleep. I should have probably slept it. So, forgive me if I've just had a couple little mental mind blanks for a second here. Anyways, so what else happened? JC Jane, she had a women's championship match against Kendall Gray. And Kendall Gray, actually, I wanted Kendall Gray to win. I really did. I'm not going to pretend like I didn't, because I did. But WWE didn't pull the trigger. But there has been rumors that JC is supposed to be going up to the main roster too soon. So, man, I would have just given it to Kendall. Just shake things up big time. I would have done it, man. But anyways, I understand. They just weren't ready to do it. It is what it is. I think that's pretty much the most important things at NXT. I mean, you got your call-ups. So in addition to Trick Williams and in addition to freaking Javon, you have Lash Legend officially called up, which we know we've seen her already called up with Nia Jax teamed up now, which is awesome. And you've also got Jordynne Grace joining the foe. She's been called up officially now. And then you've got Femi. So that's 5 call-ups, dude. And more is on the way for sure. They're already talking about it. There's a big hype about a few names in particular. So I'm super excited for it. I think they should hurry and just go ahead and call up freaking Sol Ruca. Sol Ruca is freaking awesome. Absolutely love Sol Ruca, man. She is incredible. So I think that's it. I think did we cover everything? I think we got the most important points. And yeah, guys, I might have missed something. I might not have. But we've got the most important bullet points. We got the highlights. We got the most important things that's happened. That's what's important. We got the most important things. I mean, I'm sure there was something that happened that annoyed me with Gunther and AJ. Yep, that did happen. I remember what annoyed me. Gunther and AJ, you know, Gunther just being Gunther, whichever one you call it. Gunther, tomato, potato, banana. But yeah, they had a little thing in the ring, and like AJ was like just hardcore freaking just talking like smack, like what you ain't gonna do nothing, Gunther, you ain't gonna do nothing. And guess what? Gunther didn't do nothing. I'm like, how is Gunther not gonna do anything? He didn't do anything. He did not do anything. And like AJ was like freaking, I don't know. Anyways, that happened. So they're going to have a match next week, I think it is. That's I just thought Gunther would have freaking did something. As a matter of fact, didn't AJ Styles smack him? And he did nothing. I'm pretty sure he smacked him. I can't even remember. A lot's happened. It's been a big week in WWE. It's been a big week in just me general, because I'm dropping content all the time, every day, nonstop. And guys, when you're constantly dropping lots of content every single day, nonstop, sometimes you're going to freaking, you might forget a couple things here and there, but that's okay. It happens. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all of you guys. This has been the WWE Week in Review. And like I said, I'm going to do this probably regular. I feel like I could have probably done this a day earlier, because now we've got SmackDown literally in probably, about 12 hours, 15 hours from now or so. So kind of left it a bit late. But anyways, this has been the Week in Review. Also, my wrestling channel, I am going to bring that back. Get that back just on where it needs to be, you know what I mean? So we'll get that happening again. And also, you can look forward to that in 2026. Also, my car channel with all my car content, we'll be getting back into that. And just even my Faith Chi channel, this channel, we're just going to get back into that daily grind, man, and live streaming and uploads and all the different various types of content that you've come to know and love, like this here. If you're a wrestling fan, if you're a foodie, if you're into cars, if you're into van life, if you're into gaming, if you're into freaking reactions, music, whatever, I'm bringing it. So we're just going to keep it off tap. That's what I do. It is about my off tap life. It's what I do. And so that being said, without further ado, I'm going to say to all of you to remember to reach over to the fullest and to keep it off tap. Off tap out. We gotta get out of here. I'll catch you guys later for another vlog.